Hi, and welcome to the Garden City Community Chat Show, episode number 622, with your hosts Carrie, Tom, and Mike. Tonight's guest is Kim White-Jenkins, co-founder and partner of Helium Studio. Enjoy the show.
Well, hello, Garden City, and all our neighbors. How you doing tonight? This is episode number 622 of the Garden City Community Chat Show. It's Thursday, May 18th, 2023. We're so happy you could be with us tonight. We hope you're all safe and doing well. I am your host, Carrie. Also joining me tonight are my co-hosts, Garden City's very own meteorologist, Dr. Tom Iwinski. Tom, how you doing?
Good. A little cool today and a cold start, but we'll rebound. Don't worry.
Awesome. Now, Mike isn't in there. He must be MIA tonight, so hopefully he'll be joining us shortly. We'll see. The great part of doing this podcast over the 13 years is that we are able to showcase local small businesses. And tonight we are pleased to welcome back Kim White-Jenkins, co-founder and partner of the Helium Studio in Wayne, Michigan. We'll find out everything you need to know about the Helium Studio and also a great event coming up soon that we'll let you know about and much more. So we hope that you'll stick tuned for that. Kim will be here shortly. Also, Mike, if he's here, we'll have the latest community events for you. But first up, Dr. Tom, he'll be here with the most current and accurate forecast shortly. Now, before we get to Tom, we want to remind you, if you're watching us live on Facebook or YouTube, go ahead and post your questions and comments in the comment section, or you can email your questions to gccommunitychat@gmail.com, which is up on the screen right under my name, right there. I can never get that right. It's opposite. Also, you can text your questions to 734-788-9319, and we will address those for you. We also want to take a quick minute to say thank you to all of you who listen and support us every Thursday night, not only from the hometown of Garden City, but several of our surrounding communities as well. We really appreciate everyone's support, and remember, we'll continue to promote not only our community, but yours as well. And speaking of community, if your organization or business has any events, announcements, or cancellations, all you have to do is send the details to us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com, and we will get that out to our listeners. We also encourage any local business out there to check out and join the Garden City Business Alliance. See what great things they can do for you. For more information, go to gardencitybusinessalliance.org. All right, let's get Tom in here now with the latest check of the weather, and then we're going to spend some time chatting with our guest, Kim White-Jenkins from Helium Studio. So stand by for Tom.
Okay, let's do a check on weather with Doppler Tom. Let's see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend coming up. Tom, take it away.
Yeah, not too bad today. A little cool, but the sun was out.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad day. Cold start to the day. We got into the mid-30s for morning lows, and yeah, that was a little chilly out there. I know people are really starting to get anxious about planning and getting all their flowers together. So for the most part, it wasn't terrible with this activity, but it definitely was a little bite to the ear this morning for a couple hours, and rebounded a little bit more during the afternoon. It wasn't warm, but it got back into the 60s. So definitely a little bit warmer today. And one little caveat is going to be a little system moving in tomorrow, but for the most part, this rest of the month of May is looking pretty good. I don't really see too many issues on the horizon, but so we'll get into kind of where we're going to go from here. So for the rest of tonight, obviously it's pretty clear out there, a little cool. We dropped into the 50s already, and we're going to continue to kind of see the cooling down. We'll probably get to the upper 40s tonight, and then we'll probably see some high clouds and overall cloud cover begin to build during the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning as our next system begins to approach in. By the time we kind of get into Friday morning and into the afternoon, clouds will continue to thicken up throughout the period, and we'll probably see some dry time. And during that time, excuse me, we're definitely going to see the rain begin to move in, probably after 4 p.m. tomorrow. So before 4 p.m., it will probably just be cloudy and dry, and we're probably going to warm up into the mid to upper 70s ahead of this rain. So definitely going to get into some much more milder air tomorrow ahead of this rain. And then we're going to see probably a little steady complex of rain that's going to be moving in again after 4 p.m., probably through about midnight or so. It will begin to kind of weaken after midnight and pretty much be out of here by the weekend. So just another little afternoon, late afternoon and evening round of rain to move through, a little complex of some steady rain. So it'll probably be some light to steady rain. Don't expect any major storms with this, any flooding or any severe weather. It's just going to be some heavy downpours with the worst of this as it's kind of moving through. So not terrible. And the good news is that this is a fast moving system. So by the weekend, we're looking pretty good. By Saturday, we're going to be dry already, and we're going to see those clouds gradually break apart throughout the day. A little bit cloudy in the morning, but the sun will come out a little bit later in the day, and we're looking pretty good getting into Saturday night. Pretty clear overall, and then Sunday we're going to still see some sunny skies coming back into the region for a whole on Sunday, with temperatures rebounding back into the upper 70s. So you kind of get the feeling that we're fluctuating up and down with temperatures, and we are. Today we were in the 60s. Tomorrow we're in the 70s. Saturday behind the system, we're going to go back down to the upper 60s. And then on Sunday with the sun, we're going to go back up to the upper 70s. So just kind of going down and up and down and up. But that's Michigan for you. Yeah. And as we kind of get into next week as well, we're going to continue to kind of see this quieter pattern over the region with warming temperatures. So by the time we get into Monday, we're still going to be into the 70s with a lot of sunshine. And this pretty much is going to continue through all week. By the time we get into Tuesday, we're going to continue to see the sunshine. We're probably going to bounce into the low 80s, so getting a little bit warmer. And by the time we get into Wednesday and Thursday, so going toward midweek, we're still going to see a whole bunch of sunshine. But again, a little bit of cloud cover will develop during the afternoon hours, obviously. As we get into even more warmer air, we're probably going to see temperatures getting into the low to mid 80s. So when you get up into those territories, you get a little bit of cloud cover building up because of the how warm it is in the atmosphere. But nothing is going to come out of the clouds. It's going to overall be just a fair weather a day, and then kind of ending the work week as we get into the following Friday. We're still going to see temperatures well into the low to mid 80s and into the following weekend toward the end of May. So we're pretty good, a little summer-like, starting to build in. I know Richard's probably excited about that. I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Not liking this morning whatsoever, I bet, with that colder air. He probably wasn't even wearing his flip-flops today.
Right.
But the good news is that the warm-up is going to really become consistent more into next week after we deal with a little bit of rain tomorrow evening and then drying out by the weekend. So enjoy that. But other than that, it's fairly quiet weather-wise, and we'll take it, Kerry. I mean, this is the time of year where it can be up and down, and it could be good or bad. So right now it's pretty good. So enjoy it. But other than that, weather-wise, it's just been kind of stagnant, if you will, with kind of this pattern. It's still fairly stormy across the southern United States with rounds of storms, which is common for this time of year. The West is kind of fairly quiet for a change. They haven't really been seeing too much. And wildfires across Canada have been kind of an influence a little bit across the northern U.S. I know yesterday, they're in the last couple more sunsets. There was a little redness to it because that's kind of from the smoke from wildfires to the north, but for the most part, really trying to find stuff to talk about because it's so quiet weather-wise. So enjoy kind of the quiet nature of this weather and enjoy the rain Friday evening because we always could use a little bit of rain and it doesn't cause any issues. So good news on that front, and enjoy the weekend because it's going to be a nice one on tap. But if you want to keep tuned to all my local weather information, just go to my website, DopplerTomsWeather.com, and it will keep you updated as we wrap up the month of May. Pretty warm.
All right. Sounds good. We could use a little bit of rain, really.
Yeah.
For the gardens and flowers that all the mothers planted over.
Yeah, because during the summer it can get a little warm and a little dry. So we'll take the rain if we can get it because this is like the last opportunity for rain for at least a good week. So. Oh
wow. Okay. There's Mike. Where were you watching Jeopardy?
No, I was trying to sign in for 10 minutes.
You're kidding.
And all I get was a black screen and my picture off on the side.
You need to take that computer class, I'm telling you, at Radcliffe. All right. Well, I'm glad you made it anyway. You're going to have some community events for us a little bit later, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. All right, Tom. Thank you, sir.
It's going to be good for Lucky
Have a good
Squirrel.
night. What's that?
Good weather for Lucky Squirrel tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
What time is that?
I think it's 10 to 3.
Oh, yeah. They'll beat the rain. I think the rain will come in after 4 p.m. tomorrow.
Wait, that's Saturday. Lucky Squirrel.
Saturday.
Yeah,
they'll be good. Yeah, they'll be good.
Okay.
It'll be dry this weekend.
All right, sir. Take care.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye. All right. Very good. Let's introduce our guest for tonight. It's been a while since her last visit to the show. Please welcome co-founder and partner of the Helium Studio, Kim White-Jenkins. Hey, Kim, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing wonderful. And I'm even better hearing from Doppler Tom that the weather for Sunday is going to be so fantastic. So thanks, Tom.
Yes, we're going to get into that too. Right. A long time no see. It's been a while.
Yes, it has been a while. It's it's 13 years and episode 622. I should be, if I played the lottery, I'd be playing those numbers.
Yeah, that's right. Well, thanks for being here tonight. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
So tell us, Kim, how long have you been open now at the studio there?
Well, we just celebrated our 7.5 birthday. So it'll be 8 years, November 13th.
Wow. Time flies, eh?
It sure does.
I remember coming there and got some really good cake one time.
Yeah, our birthday celebrations have kind of, because of the time of year it is, they've sort of morphed into our holiday kickoff. Okay. So birthday kind of took the backseat to Christmas. So that's why we just celebrated our half birthday on May 13th. And we did have cake and cheesecake. So I'm sorry you missed it. Next time.
Yeah. So how did you fare during COVID? I imagine that was rough on you as well, just like everybody else, right?
You know, it was tough, but 2020 was our best year ever, if you can imagine that.
That's awesome.
We took cues from a lot of other businesses and went online. So we did a lot of Facebook Live sales. We were delivering things to people. We populated our website with more things than we ever had before. We did backdoor pickups. We really did everything we could to adapt. And then when it was time to reopen, we had a lot of goodwill and a lot of people who were eager to come back and see what we had in person. So that's we were able to make it through, and we're certainly consider that a blessing because and it was a lot of work.
Yeah, it's tough times for sure. Now, do you ship as well? Do you ship products as well?
We do ship. So we are part of what we sell. We have a lot of vintage items. So in addition to the 40 or 50 makers and artists from inside Michigan, outside Michigan, we also carry a lot of vintage, and that's kind of evolved over the years. It's one of our top 3 categories. And so we are, with our vintage, in addition to being on our own website, shopheliumstudio.com, we're also on eBay, we're on Etsy, we're on Poshmark, and we're on Facebook Marketplace. So we do ship, and for the most part, framed items, some 2-dimensional things might be too hard to ship, but we do sell a lot of vintage smalls, pottery, wall art, vintage kitchen, those kinds of things that we do definitely mail. We do ship.
Right. And I got some slides that I'm going to put up in a little bit, and you can comment on those as well.
Great.
Why don't you go ahead and tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and what motivated you to open the studio?
Sure. So I and my husband, Dave. So when you say co-founder, he's the other founder.
Right.
We purchased this property in March of 2015. And I had been working in talent management for a big global company that went through downsizing, partly because we owned a lot of business units that were related to the home building and remodeling space. And so that changed quite a lot starting in 2008, but then just kept changing after that. So I worked in the corporate office for Masco Corporation, a company you may have heard of. So Behr Paint, Delta Faucet, a lot of other home building and remodeling brands were under the umbrella of Masco. So I was there for 8 years in talent development and found myself having my role eliminated in October of 14. And my husband, Dave, and I had been making jewelry together for quite a while. And I had some time, a little bit of cushion to make a decision about where to land next. And this property came up for sale, and it was an old used bookstore. And I had posted on Facebook telling my friends, hey, wouldn't it be great to own a used bookstore? This place is for sale and the price sounds really good. And we ended up buying it, sold used books for a few months because it came with all the books, probably 20,000 books.
Okay.
And then we renovated while we were selling books. And then finally that following November, we opened with mostly handmade inventory. So folks from Michigan, lots of folks from Michigan, and mostly handmade. And we have more of a mix now of inside Michigan, outside of Michigan, as well as we've integrated the vintage in. And I see Patrice is asking what kind of stuff do we have. So we have everything so we are a gift shop that includes vintage. And lots of people love to collect vintage. They love to gift vintage. So we classify the vintage stuff as part of our gifties. But we have bath and body. We have jewelry. We have pottery. We have candles. We have soap. We have, did I say jewelry? We have lots of that. Glass. We have, behind me, you can see, we have over right behind me is an artist named Marcia Filipiak. She is from Royal Oak. Wow. And those small vases with the flowers coming out of them, those were the tops of bowling pins that she sliced in half. And then the half of the bowling pin has a paper mosaic on it. And then she made flowers as well.
Wow.
And then to the other side of me, this side, those weird looking balls and stars are bird balls for your garden. We have a lot of garden things right now. There's alpaca wool in those bird balls, and the birds, you hang it in a tree or wherever birds kind of hang out, and the birds come and pick the wool out of the balls, and then they use them to make their nests.
Nest, yeah.
So we've got all kinds. We've got fiber art. We've got these really cute crocheted cacti that are behind me in these tiny pots.
That's crocheted? Wow.
Yep, they're little crocheted cacti. Yeah.
How creative, my gosh.
So we've got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, Mrs. Chat says, I really, really need to stop by the store and hopefully see you Sunday too, Lynn.
Oh, that would be great. We would love
Maybe-
to see you.
Maybe an extra stop after our plans.
Love you, Cheryl. Thanks.
So let's see. You told us about the studio. I want to put up some of the pictures here, okay?
Yes.
Which you sent, and you can comment on that. First off, let's. There's the outside of your studio and the address.
Yes. So we are on Wayne Road, and if you know downtown Wayne at all, you probably know where the Dairy Queen is, and the Dairy Queen is at Wayne and Chestnut, and we are a block south of the Dairy Queen on the same side as Dairy Queen in the tree streets in downtown Wayne. So we're between Ash and Elm on Wayne Road, right across from the fire station. So if you pass us, you'll get to Michigan Avenue. That means you've gone too far. You've got to turn back.
Right. And actually, I believe the Knights of Columbus is kind of across the street from you.
Yes,
too, right?
they are directly across the street from
Paul's
us.
been on our show as well. So
oh yeah,
they
love
do a lot
Paul.
of stuff, don't they?
They sure do. They sure do.
Now this isn't tattooing. What is this?
This is henna art. So it's temporary tattooing, but it does last quite a while. So for the first time at the Indie Art and Craft Jam on Sunday, which is at Ford and Middlebelt, and we've got about almost 50 artists and makers. We've got a food truck, Smoke, Rattle, and Roll out of Flint. And we've got live music. We've got Gary Arrigo and Barry Bricky, who are both local performers who do a lot of covers from 70s to the present. And they also do some original, they perform separately. Gary will perform for the first couple hours, and then Barry will perform in the next couple of hours between noon and 5.
This is the third Sunday in May and September too, right?
Correct. Yes, we'll be doing it again in September. This is our fourth one. So our first year, 2 years ago, we did one, and I would be remiss if I did not give credit to the Garden City Downtown Development Authority, who had the great idea to have us position the dates by when the Lucky Squirrel was, so we could kind of, they could support us with the tent that was already up, the porta potties that were already there.
Oh, perfect.
And the parking lot is already marked out for booths. I mean, there's so much that is so awesome about having this in Garden City at that location. And we're different from the Lucky Squirrel because we have more artisan makers. And then we have some other attractions as well, like the henna. She's a henna and glitter artist. Her name's Lindsay Wing. She's with us for the first time. And I imagine, because she works on her own, that you'll have to get there kind of early and get on the list, because it does take a little while for her to complete her designs. These are garden stained glass.
Beautiful.
Snakes. They are from Tim and Terry Geddes. They're from Destiny Designs. And they are repeat performers at the jam. And,
how tall are those? They look.
I'm not sure, but that's their higher price point. So I would say those are maybe 2 to 3 feet.
Okay. Yeah, they're nice, beautiful.
And then these are beautiful parfaits from Soul Delicious. I'm using my cheat sheet over here. Soul Delicious Cakes and Desserts, Livetta White. And she is a first-time jammer with us.
Oh, okay. And these are at your store as well, or no?
No. These will only be at the jam.
Oh, okay. Only at the jam. Okay.
Yeah. These are some recycled, upcycled headbands from Move Me Brightly.
Wow.
And she is a repeat participant at the jam.
And
she also does them for adults, and she does them for toddlers and younger kids too. She just added those.
Roughly how many vendors are you going to have there, do you think?
We have 47, including myself and Creative Soul Makery. So nice. I should say too, that the Indie Art and Craft Jam is put on by myself and Charlotte Lori Kavanaugh from Creative Soul Makery. And Charlotte's connections to the DDA is how we got the DDA involved and helping us and supporting us.
Yeah, Charlotte. We want to mention her, Creative Soul Makery. She's in Garden City. She does great work. I've been trying to get her on the show, but I don't know what the problem is. I think she's shy or something.
She delegated this to me, so
Well, that's all right. Shout out to Charlotte. Now these are kind of cute here. These are pots.
yes, these are cement planters. So Eric Zeldis took last year off. He was here during our first year, and I think he sold out in the first year. These are cement planters that probably have some color that he adds to them, and he has a big variety of cement tabletop planters. They're just amazing, and
nice.
it's just so cool. Very different.
Yeah. I like the design, the color in there. Now this is really cool. Is this recycled stuff?
Yes, recycled, upcycled, yes, and then with the addition of things like stamps and stencils and transfers. These are by Mary Jo and Jim Sweetie, and their business is called J&J's Farmhouse. So they have farmhouse kind of shabby chic decor, and these are some examples of what they'll be bringing. They're first timers for the jam as well.
Oh wow, cool. Yeah, I like the stencils on that. Looks like a serving tray up there with the roses.
Yes.
Nice.
And I see the note from Joy LaPiccolo. She says, is there a list of vendors to support? And you know what, Joy? I will add to the Helium Studio page event a list of all of the people, all of the vendors with links to their Facebook pages. But inside of my event and Charlotte's event, because we both host the event on our own pages, there is a maker spotlight for just about everybody. We have a few makers left to spotlight, but you'll see them and more pictures than just here. I just provided Carrie with, I think, 9 or 10 photos.
Yeah.
With a mix of different styles and items.
But yeah, 40 some vendors. That's pretty good. This is beautiful too. Wow. Now, who is this?
Now, this is Amy Heikela, and Amy is from the Beatnik Bird, and she shares in Charlotte's space. She is Charlotte's studio mate at Creative Soul Makery, and she makes the wreaths. She does the painting, and all of these pieces are upcycled, recycled pieces. You can see she's got
all hand painted on there?
What's that?
Is that all hand painted on there?
Oh, yes.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Yes.
That's really talented.
Usually with more than one color of paint, and then sanded and then painted again. And yes.
Beautiful.
Yep, all handmade.
Wow. Here's some of your jewelry now.
Yeah, this is another new maker, Margie Elsesser, and she takes vintage pieces and combines them with new pieces, and then creates entirely new pieces of jewelry. This is just one piece. Her jewelry is really something to see.
Now, is that some of your work around your neck?
No, but this is a vintage jasper, a piece of jasper inside of a vintage filigree, and then I love orange. These pieces are kind of remind me of there's a vintage jewelry maker, Miriam Haskell. She used a lot of pieces like this. I had just acquired this from an auction, and I added a chain. I will have this for sale on Sunday, as well as some original pieces that I put together too, because I make jewelry along with my husband, and I like to combine new and old and come up with new pieces, kind of like what Margie does here.
Beautiful. Now these look like some kind of stakes or markers?
Yes. So you put these stakes in your pots or in your garden, probably good for people who are growing things in pots or in a raised garden. These are from Moon Ceramics, and they are new to the jam as well. And they've got a lot of different pots and garden pieces, but all handmade ceramic pieces, hand stamped.
Very functional. That's very functional.
Yes. Yep.
And it looks good. Very nice.
Yes. Pretty. I love the colors.
Smoke, rattle, and roll. I don't know.
Yeah, and this is our food truck. They're out of Flint.
Wow.
And we were excited to get someone who was kind of outside of the area and new to us, new to the jam. And they are really excited about being here. They're going to be our one food truck, and they will be bringing brisket, pork, and chicken. And then you can choose your food style, after you choose your protein. So they'll have walking tacos and nachos and loaded mac and cheese. And then they have 4 different kinds of sauces. They'll have coleslaw and baked beans. And you can get plain mac and cheese. You can add guacamole. So they've got a lot of really cool options. Kind of barbecue fusion is what they call their fare.
Very cool. Yeah, I see Hog's Backyard Barbecue is in there watching us tonight. A little competition for him.
Oh, hey, Hogs.
They're really good too, I have to admit.
Oh, yeah. And they've been
Ed
at
Will
the
Height.
Jam more than once.
Oh, yeah, they're awesome.
Yep.
And there you go right there, the Indie Art and Craft Jam. It's the 3rd Sunday in May and September from 12 to 5. Right over there in the northeast corner, right?
Right.
Of, Middle Belt and Ford Road there, where well, I guess it's called the Planet Fitness area over there, the parking lot.
Right. So we're close to the bank and Central Street. Yes.
Okay.
So
cool.
there's lots of parking on the street, lots of parking in that big parking lot where all the businesses are. So it's really an ideal location.
Awesome.
For people who want to come and shop.
Well, let's say hi to a few people that are in there. We got Patty Fix. We have Mrs. Chat. Cheryl's in there. Fawn Salvador's in there. Also John Murray. Ed Wilhite, I assume that's from Hog's Backyard Barbecue. Good to see you. Kathy Ward, our #1 fan, is in there. How you doing, Kathy? Joy LaPiccolo, she was on 2 weeks ago, I believe. I think she was on 2 weeks ago. And Michael Bingle's in there. We also have 11 others that are watching, and I can't see who they are. But we appreciate you all for tuning in tonight. So, do you have, let's see, Creative Soul Makery is putting on the event with you along with DDA. Now you're with the DDA in Wayne as well, right?
Yes. And
go ahead.
Charlotte and I share a passion for creating spaces, places that people will want to walk to, eat in. People want places to go to connect with other people. I mean, we're all very expert at being at home by ourselves, right? We kind of learned that in the last few years. We can stream we all figured out how to optimize our cable bill and cut the cord or only have live local. And now we have all these streaming options where we can watch movies and be on our phones. Unlike going out to the theater where you really shouldn't be on your phone. So we've learned to multitask in our own homes. Correct. And that has really made it difficult for I think it's caused cities to kind of ignore their downtowns. And I'll speak for my own city. And I truly believe that people will treat your downtown the way it looks like you want your downtown to be treated. And I'm very passionate about beautification of a downtown. And one thing I'll say about Garden City is you have the flower pots, they're always watered, the place where Willie is, the garden at Ford and Middle Belt.
Actually the garden club will be planning the commons there shortly. So yeah, Cheryl will be involved in that. And
I mean, you've got a lot that Wayne doesn't have in terms of beautification. And we, I think, are just catching up to things like Christmas decorations and updating our banners. And don't drive down Wayne Road right now around where we are and look at our planters because we're still waiting for our contractor or a contractor to come and fill our planter beds.
Oh, wow.
We have walkable spaces. Garden City has walkable spaces, but if I understand it, correctly, that it would be, there's still vacancies, property vacancies like we have in Wayne. And we as volunteers, myself and Charlotte, we are trying our best to work through the system of city government, of being volunteers on a downtown development authority to make our cities more places that people want to go to. So destinations, not just to drive through and we've got here on Wayne Road, our speed limit is 35. People go 45. People say, gosh, I had to drive by your place 4 times before I saw you. Well,
I
that's
wish we could get the
people-
speed limit 35 in Garden City, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
It's not a-
well, and we used to have
Yeah.
parking spaces on Wayne Road in front of the businesses, but and this is a county thing, so those parking spaces aren't there any longer. So now everybody has to enter through the back of most of the businesses.
Right.
So
Same here.
yeah. So I just wanted to mention how, the reason why we do this, we do the Indie Art and Craft Jam, is because it creates a place for people to come and eat and listen to music and shop and get inspired by the art that people create.
Mm-hmm.
And we need more of that in our downtowns. And
community oriented.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And we're just so grateful to be able to be supported by the DDA and to be able to put this on now twice a year, 2 years in a row, and just have all that support. And we know that we attract people from inside of Garden City as well as outside of Garden City. So our hope is that we're bringing people to the city who might not normally visit Garden City.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's the thing, getting the people to come to your city, like you said, a destination, and you have to be business friendly as well,
Mm-hmm.
But I think Wayne has come a long way, though. They really have come a long way over the years.
Thank you thank you for saying that.
You got a great concert venue there.
Yes.
We really enjoy going there, and that's kind of a destination. You have good crowds there.
We do. Those are really, really great events. And we have the river, a river runs through it here.
Yeah.
We've got some really active volunteers who make sure that the river is cleaned of log jams, and you can kayak on the Rouge. You can go from Dearborn to where we are as long as things are cleared out.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of potential.
Mm-hmm.
And, our hope as volunteers is to clean up those vacancies, clean up blight, create a sense of community among business owners who, I was listening to public radio the other day, and there was a woman who's authoring a book. I think it's a book more about the political parties. But one of the things she mentioned is that, to our detriment, this you do you, and you hear this every day. Oh, you do you, boo, however you want to do it. This you do you mentality that we have become so friendly to has caused people to not feel beholden to each other. And when you're talking about businesses that are right next to each other, and there's a vacancy, and there's an ugly facade, and then there's a nice looking business, and then there's another vacancy. And those business owners don't see the benefit of coming together and cleaning up their act, filling that property with other than a vape shop or what did I write down here? Dollar stores. Those don't do anything for a downtown. And this time is very critical for small businesses. We know that we're in kind of a question mark economy. We're worried about, is the debt ceiling going to be lifted? If it's not, what impact will that have on people and on their spending?
Social Security checks.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, so many people default to buying things from Amazon, and I do too. I can't say that everything I buy and eat comes from a small business. But the more we can support small businesses, especially at this time, this is a critical time for a lot of small businesses, and the artists and makers who are showing up at the jam and selling their work, they're also in the same boat because they sell or consign their work to small businesses like mine. And this has been the last 12 months were rough. The holidays were rough. But those of us who want to stick it out, and when we opened the shop, we were living in Westland. Now we live in Wayne. We live 2.5 blocks away, right by the high school. Okay. And we say, we're all in now. We're all in.
Yeah.
We live here. We own a business
Established.
here. We volunteer here. And we're doing all we can to make this small business work and be a vital part of the community, just like the people who own Karma Coffee and just like the Garden City Cafe and just like all these other small businesses in both of our towns. And so I just want everyone to leave this conversation thinking about what small business can I support tomorrow that I haven't supported in a long time, because they will really appreciate seeing you again.
Yeah, just pick one, I mean, pick one and support that business.
Right.
Fawn Salvador says she always tries buying local.
Good job, Fawn.
Yeah.
Hi, Jody. Hi, Karen.
I want to mention Dennis Dykman's in there he is the carpet cleaner for all your carpet needs. He was on our show a few weeks back. Karen's in there. Jody Pickens. Appreciate you all watching tonight. Yeah, and attracting businesses to a city. The city has to be business friendly.
Yep.
They have to have some incentives for those businesses as well. I don't know what Wayne does, and Garden City is in the process of trying to get a economic director right now, and try and get some of these buildings filled. But I know that there's going to have to be some concessions from the city, some kind of incentives,
There's a few different ways to look at that. And one of the things our DDA does is we do offer facade grants to individuals who want to.
We have that.
So we offer up to $10,000 per grant, but it's matching. So if you spend 20, you could get 10, depending on how much of our budget that we have left. And we always have budget left in the facade grant program. I think not enough people know about it, but it certainly could be a boost to someone who, wants to not look like a blighted property, or someone who's opening a business and needs to rejuvenate the front of that business. But, I will say this about cities being business friendly. I think a lot of cities get a bad rap and are called business unfriendly. And what I want new businesses who come into a city, who voluntarily come into a city that has ordinances and rules and regulations, that you need to know what those are before you come in. If you plan to cover your whole front window with signage, don't be surprised if you find out that, you can only cover 25% of your window with signage.
Right,
Now,
there's certain ordinances. Yeah, you have to follow the ordinances, right?
Exactly. And I think that property owners who are leasing their properties need to consult with an economic development director, and not lease to the first person who gives them a check. Because oftentimes those people don't have business plans. They might not be what people in the community want. And we all know what people in our communities want in terms of what kinds of small businesses would make them leave the house, take their kids in the stroller, and walk a couple blocks from one place to another. They're not looking for more dollar stores. And in any way, the small business friendly type properties, the small properties, the 1,000 to 2,000 square foot properties aren't going to attract a dollar store, but they could attract the type of business that a downtown doesn't need. We don't need more vape shops. We don't need more head shops.
No.
Maybe we don't even need more service locations like doctors and dentists and accountants and things like that. Unless that business owner intentionally supports the community. And I think that too many business owners say, I pay my rent, I pay my utilities, I don't need to support the community. What is that? Well, we haven't told them what that looks like. And we haven't created a network of business owners who feel beholden to each other. So, somebody can go 5 months without fixing their window that's cracked. Somebody can go a long time without making sure that their windows are always clean or they're not covered up by too many signs. We don't, and here's why owners have to take responsibility, because our ordinance officer, and right now we just have one, and I'm not even sure he's full-time,
Mhm.
he can't be proactive. So he's only responding to complaints.
Yeah.
He's not driving around saying who is getting in the way of making our city more beautiful. He's responding to complaints. And usually those complaints are from people who have neighbors whose grass is too long and,
Yeah.
they've never bothered to see,
Right.
could you help them cut their grass? Or, you know what I mean? So we can't rely on an ordinance officer to make our cities beautiful. We need to do it as residents and business owners ourselves. And sometimes that's not how people feel. They want the city to do all the work, enforcing all the rules, doing all the cleanup.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's just not possible.
No. Well, and the landlords really have to work with the tenant as well.
Yes.
Jerry Thorne from Party Animal Travel is a good example. He's in there tonight. He was in Garden City for 30 some years, and his landlord and him just couldn't agree on anything. His landlord would not help him out. And now he's in Westland. So he moved out after 30 some years.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a real blow to Garden City when he left. But
Mm-hmm.
all it took for him to move to Westland was he got 1 year rent free from the landlord, and he had some issues, a lot of flooding issues and that over there in Garden City, but the landlord just wouldn't work with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hearing that a lot,
Yeah.
So something has to be done about that too. It's not just the city, it's the owners of these buildings as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why have a vacant building? What's in it for the owner of that building? I don't know. And
they're using it for a write-off, I guess, tax write-off. I don't know.
But you can't do that forever. So at some point,
a lot of them are. I don't get it. Yeah.
I don't either. I don't know the economics of it well enough. But
you think they'd be happy having it occupied and getting that monthly rent every month?
Yes.
I don't get it either.
Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, I know we're on the same page there as far as our communities. We don't want blight, and we want people to support local businesses for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the best part of doing this podcast is we can have these local businesses come on and talk about their business just like you, and we can showcase them and help them out any way we can. So, and you have an open door policy. Anytime you want to come back, please do.
Thank you. I was thrilled to be invited. Thanks so much.
Yeah. So did we cover everything you wanted to?
I think so. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, Mike, you got any comments?
My only comment is she does a lot of right brain stuff, and I'm really left brained.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I get it. One thing I didn't mention is that I work for Wayne State University in executive and professional development. And so this morning, one of the things I do with my clients is we do a personality assessment. It's called the DISC assessment. And I think, Mike, you and I are probably opposite. All right. So you're probably, I'll just say opposite. Opposite from me. Yeah.
Where do I fall in there now?
I think you might be similar to, I think so. There's driver, there's influence, there's support or steadiness, and there's conscientious, which the conscientious people are the really analytical. Support is kind of the person I want to be in the background while I'm making a difference. Influence is I'm a social butterfly. I'm very concerned with how everyone's feeling, doing.
Butterfly. Yeah, Cheryl's the same way. Social butterfly.
And then the driver is results oriented. Challenge me. Don't go slowly. And so I talk to teams and say, you've got this many D's, I's, S's, and C's. How are you going to work together with all your differences? And no personality is any better than another. So, Mike, I would love to be on a team with you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'd love to have you. Lori's in there. She was on our show. She says you're a rock star.
Aw, hey, Lori.
Now, she actually talks about, what's that? What is the marketplace or something on Michigan?
Yes, the Wayne Makers Market. Yes.
Yes, Makers Market. That's pretty nice too, huh?
Yes, and that's now inside of the same property, but Flowers in the Mitten, which is a florist that we were able to attract from Romulus. I'm
Oh.
sorry for Romulus, but now she's ours. And so they are managing the business there, including running their florist business and also the Makers Market. And so it's open more hours because Rachel and Flowers in the Mitten are open more hours. There are a lot of advantages to bringing her in. So it's really a cool business incubator. We had a maker from who was in the market when it started. Now Tiffany Walker owns Moonlit Mystic, which is kind of a metaphysical type store just a block away from me. So now I've got another retailer, PAL, a block away. And so we're able to do some collaborative things and some cross posting, but or cross collaboration. The Makers Market has had some real success stories.
Yeah. That's nice. You can collaborate with other retailers, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, you can be on that, same level.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. All right, Kim. What are your hours there now?
We are open Wednesday through Saturday, noon to 5.
Okay.
And sometimes we have special events on, outside of those hours, but those are regular hours, Wednesday through Saturday, noon to 5. And we've got a Facebook page and an Instagram, and we would love for you to follow us on both of those.
Yes. And your address is 3127 South Wayne Road. It's on the screen there.
Yes.
They can contact you at 734-725-3811.
Absolutely.
And I'll mention this again at the end of the show as well. It's quite a unique little store you have there.
Well, thank you. Thanks for giving me the opportunity and for so much time. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anytime you want to come back. And listen, if you have any events that are coming up, send them to us and Mike will get that out for you. All right.
I sure will.
Especially if you can make it in a flyer form, we can put it right up on screen.
Perfect.
All right, Kim, you take care. Say hi to your husband and good luck with the business.
All right. Will do. Thanks to both of you.
Take care. All right. Kim White-Jenkins. Once again, contact her at 734-725-3811, or you can email her at shopheliumstudio@gmail.com. Once again, they're located at 3127 South Wayne Road. It's a very unique store for sure.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. You have to go over there. Let's see. All right, moving on, Mike. The next city council meeting is going to be Monday, May 22nd, 7 p.m. in the council chambers, located at 6000 Middle Belt Road. These meetings are a good way for you to get involved and voice any concerns that you may have. All right, are you ready? Let's get to the...
I'm ready.
We're going to get to this and stand by for Mike.
That'll be the day when you say goodbye. That'll be the day.
Okay, time for
You
some.
make me cry. You say you're gonna leave.
Here.
You know it's a lie, 'cause it'll be the day when I die. Okay, Wayne County Veteran Services every Tuesday and Thursday from 8:30 to 4:30 at the Radcliffe Center. You can call 313-506-0302 for an appointment. And the American Legion Department of Veteran Affairs is located there also. They function every Tuesday from 9 to 3, and they can take care of your veteran concerns so you don't have to go all the way downtown. You get it done locally.
Right. It's so convenient. It's just awesome.
Tech Time with Julie is going on summer vacation. She will resume in the fall.
Yep.
Shannon Coffey, the professional notary public. Her services include loan documents, trust, powers of attorney, titles, bills of sale, refinances and mortgages, acknowledgement, bank forms, and more. You can contact her at the Notary Babe. What do we got here? Yeah, okay. Garden City Senior Center Thrift Shop is located in the Maplewood Center. Their hours are Monday through Thursday from 9 to 2. And you can get a $2 bag sale every day. This includes the items only on the tables.
You know, the senior thrift shop, they do a lot for the seniors. They pay for a lot of trips and buses and all that. So, yeah, whenever you can support them, that money goes right back into the community.
Jewelry making with Angie's Adornments every fourth Thursday of the month from 11:30 to 12:30. $10 registration fee at the Radcliffe Center. This is open for ages 18 and up.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, ours wasn't picked up today, and today was our garbage day, so they're really
Well, our yard waste
Yep.
picked up yesterday, and our pickup day is Thursday.
Yeah, they're running like a day or two behind on yard waste.
Yeah. Anyway, Garden City residents, the city is currently aware that GFL, the city's trash collector, is behind by approximately half a day
More than
due to
that.
the influx of yard waste being put out on the curb this time of year. If your trash was not picked up, phone or please leave your trash bins and yard waste at the curb until they do pick it up. Please continue to place your trash bins out on your normal pickup day.
Yeah, let's hope they get them.
Yeah. Yoga at the Radcliffe Center, Mondays at 5 p.m., Thursdays at 5:45, Saturdays at 10. This is going to go on until June 10th. Drop-in fees are $6. Punch cards are $28, and a punch card includes 8 visits. There's also a meditation class.
Right.
Okay, Microsoft Office for beginners for ages 13 and up. It's a $30 for a 5-week course. It's going to be on Tuesday evenings, it's already started, May 3rd, from 6 p.m. until
7
p.m.
Yep.
Okay. Westland Farmers and Artesian Market. Yeah, we just heard about that. Market runs from May 25th through October 3rd from 3 to 7 p.m. They're closed on August 3rd. Vendor applications and market policies information can be obtained by visiting westlandfarmersmarket.com.
Yep, there you go, Mrs. Chat. It opens May 25th. She was wondering when it opened, so there you go.
Yep.
We just talked about this.
Right, the Indie Art and Craft Show Jam, the third Sunday in May and September from 12 to 5 at the northeast corner of Ford and Middle Belt.
Yep. It's going to be this Sunday.
Yep, right after the Lucky Squirrel on Saturday.
Yep.
Nerf Wars, Saturday, May 27th, for ages 7 to 12, 11 a.m., $10 at the Radcliffe Center. Garden City Memorial Day service, Monday, May 29th, 11 a.m. at the City Hall lawn on 6000 Middle Belt, hosted by Mayor Mark Jacobs. Wayne Open Art Farmers and Artisans Market every Wednesday from 3 to 7 at the Notre Dame Hall starting May 31st, 3144 South Wayne Road.
Yeah, and you can go right across the street to the Helium Studio when you're done.
Right. Garden City Senior Center presents wreath making class, $5, the first Friday of every month beginning June 1st from 10 to 11. Computer Basics, Introductory to Computer Navigation.
There you go, Mike.
3 weeks class, $15, ages 13 and up. It's going to be on Wednesdays, June 7th from 2 to 3 at the Radcliffe Center. Kids Day celebration. Makers Market of kids crafts and face painting, terracotta pot painting, Sunday, June 11th, 11 to 3, 34852 West Michigan Avenue in Wayne.
Yeah, I think that's going to be at the Makers Market, I think.
Neighborhood Watch meets at the Garden City Police Department on the second Tuesday of each month at 7 p.m. Next meeting will be June 13th.
Take a bite out of crime.
Yeah. Music in the Park Garden City Park, 200 Log Cabin Road in Garden City. The dates are June 15th, July 20th, and August 17th.
Yep.
Shop at Bisbee Vendor
Mm-hmm.
event from 4 to 9. Bands start at 6:30.
Yeah, I think the first band is Sin John Smith, if I'm not mistaken. Good band.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay. I cruise the All-American Cruise in Wayne Road in Michigan on June 18th. 20. No, well, that was last year's date.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in any event,
Couldn't be on.
Princess Dance Party, hang out with a famous princess, ages 4 to 5 on June 20th and ages 6 to 7th on June 22nd. These run from, was it 10 to 11:30?
Yep. Both days.
Yeah. Parents' night out. Hey,
Yep.
that'll be a relief for parents with little ones.
Drop the kids off. Yep.
Yeah. And you can go back and get a nap.
Right.
Activities include crafts. I can't read that.
$20 per child, $10 sibling, 5 to 11 ages. Let's see.
That I can read it. It's the
Right.
crafts, games,
Yep. Movies and pizza.
movies, and pizza. Okay.
Geez, maybe I'll go.
You'd be the biggest kid there. The Lucky Squirrel, May 20th, July 22nd, and September 16th from 10 to 3. It's an outdoor flea market, craft, and vendors event. There'll be 150 plus vendors, arts, crafts, antiques, and more at the Garden City Town Center parking lot on the northeast corner of Ford and Middlebelt. It is free admission.
Yep.
Garden City gives a boot. Donate new or gently used boots. Saturday, May 20th from 10 to 3 at the Lucky Squirrel event. I got to bring her. She get over there with a pair of boots I don't need since I don't do any snow removal anymore.
Right.
At the Garden City Farmers Market.
Yeah, our good friend Callie Bailey, she was on the show about a month ago or so.
Yeah.
She started that.
Introduction to website creation for ages 13 and over, Tuesday evenings, May 23rd through June 13th from 6:30 to 7:30, a 4-week class for $40 at the Radcliffe Center. Mom to Mom sales, Saturday, June 3rd, $20 per table. I can't read most of that light print, so.
Yeah, it's just let's see, $2 early bird, 8:30 to 9:30, $1 regular, 9:30 to 2 p.m. Cash only at the door.
Okay.
Yeah, they need to make these bigger.
or darker.
Yeah, darker too.
Tutoring Tots, teaching others their strengths. Mita Du Bois, Mrs. D, is the owner and certified tutor with GCDF. It's virtual and in person. You can contact her at tutoringtots@yahoo.com or call 313-932-1021 or 313-623-1866. This is for K-12 all year round, making education a priority and not an option. Kids Dodgeball, Wednesdays, June 4th to August 2nd, from 6 to 7, ages 7 to 11, $30. Again, some pretty fine print there. It's at the Radcliffe Center.
Right.
Okay,
Big.
it's a big one.
Yeah.
Autos for Autism is coming up Monday, June 19th from 4 to 9 to benefit Berger School for students with autism. Their car show will be at the Garden City Middle School. You can enter from Radcliffe, 1851 Radcliffe near Ford Road in Wildwood. This was formerly Garden City West High School, if you remember back that far. Live music by Bonnie and the Working Girls, plus special guests working in. R&J Smoked Meats will provide some food. Motorcycles are welcome. I think they have plaques to the first 300 entries. Carrie's going to be doing some of the judging, and I'm going to be doing some of the counting of those ballots to see who wins.
Yeah. And it always seems to be the hottest day of the year too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's always so hot.
Well, let's put in our request with Tom now that we don't want any rain that day.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we've been lucky. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Save the date. Join us on August 9th for our annual Cruisin' with Step drive-in movie. More information to come soon. This will be located at 450 South Vinoy in Westland.
Yep, we don't know the movie is yet.
No, I haven't announced that. Cruisin' Hines, save the date, Sunday, August 27th.
Our good buddy Don Nicholson puts this on.
Right.
One of the big ones.
Yeah, in fact, they have more entries for this, I believe, than they do for the Woodward Dream Cruise.
Yeah, that's what he said. And that's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got too.
Okay, sounds good. Well, Mike, we're always looking for guests to come on the show. If you or anybody knows anyone that's interested, who might be interested, we would love to hear from them. It's very easy. Just email us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com or message us on Facebook. It doesn't matter what community you live in. We want to hear from you. We are doing the shows remotely, so you can do them from the comfort of your home or office. Come on the show and share your information with us and the surrounding communities. Contact us today. Actually, I'm waiting to hear from Garden City Manager Doc Doherty, trying to get him scheduled. So I hope you can get him and make that happen. And with that said, Mike, I think we're ready to call this a podcast. Kathy Ward says, great show as always. Thank you, Kathy. We appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we had quite a few in there tonight. That's great. Awesome. We want to thank our special guest, Kim White-Jenkins from the Helium Studio in Wayne. Remember, you can contact her at 734-725-3811. And a big thanks to my fantastic co-hosts, meteorologist Dr. Tom Iwinski and Mike Jones. Great job as always. Mike, you got any final thoughts before we go?
No, my usual. Encourage people to get vaccinated.
Yep. Still got to do that.
Protect yourself and your loved ones.
Right. And also a huge thank you to each and every one of you who share part of your time with us tonight and over the 13 years. We really appreciate it. Also, don't forget this show will be available right after we sign off tonight on Facebook. So we hope that you'll catch it at your convenience, especially if you tuned in late by going to facebook.com/GCChat. And feel free to share the show with your friends as well. We would appreciate that. Also, catch us over on our YouTube channel. If you like going on YouTube, youtube.com/@GCCommunityChatShow. You'll find not only this show, but all of our past shows as well. And please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the subscribe button. We would appreciate that too. And as we do at the end of all our shows, Mike, we want to thank all of our healthcare workers, first responders, police and fire, everyone on the front lines who serve and protect us every day. We can't thank you enough. Be safe. And we want you to know that you and your families are in our thoughts and prayers every day. And when you see any of these heroes, please let them know how much you appreciate them. And they would appreciate that. Remember, the success of a community depends on the community. So please support your local businesses. We talked about that tonight. And please don't hesitate. Vaccinate. Get that booster and also your flu shot at the same time. Protect yourself and others. And Mike, if you see something,
say something.
That's right. We need to look out for one another out there. For all your weather information, be sure to head on over to drtomsweather.com. He's got a great user-friendly website over there, radar and all the good stuff. We will see you right back here next week, May 25th. Boy, where is it going, eh?
Memorial Weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. We'll be back.
Indy 500 coming up.
What's that?
The Indy 500 race is coming up.
Indy 500 and the All-Star NASCAR race. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Let's see. We will be back here with show number 623. Well, until then, we hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for listening. If you'd like to contact any of us here at the chat for any reason, once again, the email is gccommunitychat@gmail.com. Let us know how we're doing, what you'd like to see more of. Thanks again for watching and all your comments. We appreciate it. Head on over to the Helium Studio. Check it out. Please have a safe rest of your week, and we will see you next time. Mike, you take care, buddy.
You too.
Good night.